Welcome to the Teacher's Guide to Best Math Tiered Instruction. This video will focus on first grade NSO Standard 2.5, which is exploring subtraction of a one-digit number from a two-digit number. It is important to note that in the previous grade level, students recited numbers to 100 forwards and backwards, as well as exploring addition and related subtraction facts from 0 to 10. Start by reviewing the concept that 110 is the same as 10 ones, and 10 ones can also be renamed as 110. This reinforces the idea of regrouping and decomposing in subtraction. The first strategy focuses on using a place value chart to help establish and break down the first part of the subtraction, and then having students physically remove the part that's being asked to be taken away. In this problem, students will quickly figure out that if I have to take away 8 and only have 2 ones, that's not possible. So they need to go regroup one of the 10s and exchange it into 10 ones. Those 10 ones are then added back into the ones that were previously there. Then students should be able to take away their 8 counters as needed to determine what is the missing part. The use of a bottoms-up hundreds chart reinforces skills with students that are struggling with counting backwards. Having the students place a counter on what the given number is and then physically count backwards to what they land on as being the answer. This also reinforces students that have trouble tracking while using a hundreds chart, understanding that when we don't have enough ones, that we need to regroup or go to the next row below. The number line is also a great strategy to reinforce the counting backwards. Starting with what we have in our subtraction, we then count backwards or to the left on the number line, showing each jump as we count down. The number students land on would be the answer. Having students also have the flexibility of decomposing the minuend might help them get to friendlier numbers. Stopping at friendly numbers, go back and have students decompose the chunks that they are taking away. In this case, I need 3 to get to 80, so that's going to leave me with how many more pieces to still take away. Students should come up with the missing part needed and then continue with counting backwards that many times until they get to the answer. Students can also decompose that in multiple ways, so make sure that you're providing the flexibility for them to think and stop along the way. Students that still struggle with counting backwards within 100 might benefit from the number line going vertical. Vertical, and we're doing subtraction, tells me that I need to decrease the number, so I need to count down. Physically seeing that the number is going down also would help students reasonably understand if their answer is appropriate or not. Using the part-whole model, students also reinforce that subtraction always begins with what I have or what is the total we are working with. Then having students physically remove the part being asked into one of the part options leaves them with the unknown, which would be the other missing part. From here, students could label each part and connect it to addition to find the missing difference. Again, with this model, we are also reinforcing regrouping as needed, understanding that I can only regroup from the pile that I have, or my total. In this case, I don't have enough ones, So I need to go regroup them in my hole and continue to take away the 5 that I need to. Then we take what is left over and we put it into the other part. I hope you learned some valuable strategies that you can take back and use when you're supporting your students. Remember that this benchmark is an Explore benchmark. We are really trying to reinforce place value and help students retain that information with number sense. Having students use as many manipulative opportunities during this stage is crucial to their number sense going forward into the next grade level. Although students practiced with 0 through 10 in the previous grade, it is really this grade level's job to make sure students are flexible in their thinking when we are adding and subtracting numbers. This will lead to students also having more success when they have to apply this to word problems. If there's any strategies that you would like to share that have worked well for you, please feel free to do so. The best part of teaching is sharing our knowledge with others.